All right, it is a few minutes to 1 o'clock here in Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you very much for keeping it TV47 as I get you informed on the latest at this hour. My name is Sheilar Chelangat, and we begin on a very proud moment where Kenya's Sebastian Sawe wins the Berlin Marathon after clocking 2 hours, 2 minutes and 18 seconds in the German city. Sawe toppled a field of superstars which included Japanese Akira Asaki, who came second, and Kenenisa Bekele, who wrapped up the podium. And still outside the country, where President William Ruto has departed Nairobi for New York to attend the high-level week of the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly. In a statement released by State House, Ruto's trip marks a pivotal moment for Kenya's international diplomacy as he joins world leaders in discussions and reaffirms Kenya's commitment to multilateralism. President Ruto is expected to champion Africans' voice on global finance, climate action and peace building. During the UN General Assembly Week, Kenya is expected to host a high-level side event on Haiti to share lessons learned since the deployment of troops under the multinational security support mission aimed at informing the next steps in global security efforts.
General, nashukuru sana. Yes. Okay, bwana DP.
And back to the country, Machakos County Deputy Governor Francis Mwangangi has accused a section of Kamba leaders of being used by Kenya Kwanza government to sway the community from supporting Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka. Speaking at Mututini Market in Machakos, Mwangangi said government agents are using huge amounts of money from State House to sway members of the Kamba community at the expense of Kalonzo Musyoka, who is an opposition leader and 2027 presidential hopeful.
Sisi wale watu wa eneo hili tumekuwa watu wa kununuliwa. Those leaders from this region, wale ambao tunatumiwa na kuleta hizo mafedha, tunazibeba na magunia tunaleta. Fedha ya Wakenya badala ya kuwafanyia kazi, tunabeba hiyo fedha kukuja kuonga watu. Nao watu wote walijificha nyuma ya Kalonzo Musyoka.
And the Ministry of Health is calling for stricter enforcement of tobacco laws, saying there is a serious proliferation of tobacco and nicotine products in urban and rural areas, with a clarion call for a collaboration between the ministry, clergy and community leaders. Speaking in Kirinyaga during an engagement with the clergy, Public Health Principal Secretary Mary Muthoni said there is a serious need for the coming together of key players to react to the changing habits of tobacco usage. According to PS Muthoni, enforcement of rules against tobacco and nicotine usage in public has been relaxed, and thus there should be a reawakening to make sure they are enforced at all levels. The ministry is also pushing for a zero tolerance to tobacco and nicotine products in schools and homes, saying children are picking up the habit and it is threatening their health through usage of the products.
The menace of drugs continues to threaten families and especially the youths in our households. Illicit brews, which remain very persistent, and it is a danger even to our health. Therefore, it is important to note that the Ministry of Health has picked this with a lot of concern. I want to state categorically that shisha remains banned in Kenya. We have not backtracked on that. The cigarettes, e-cigarettes with flavors are also not acceptable in the country. Tobacco Control or Tobacco Control Act of 2007 in its regulations prohibits smoking in public places. And this is something that I would want enhanced by bar owners, restaurants, and public places.
And over 300 students have benefited from education bursary funds organized by the Isiolo South Member of Parliament. The MP Mohammed Tubi issued a check of 49.8 million shillings of bursaries to 7 secondary schools in Isiolo South constituency. Speaking during the check handover, Director of Education in Garbatula Sub-County, Galgalo Salesa, urged parents to ensure the girl child gets equal education as the boy child.
Wazazi wamelegea, nyinyi mumesahau ya kwamba hawa wasichana pia wanakuwa na haki ya kupata kile ambacho tunasema basic right, which is basic education. Kwa hivyo tuhakikishe hawa wasichana, hawa ndio wale ambao watakuja kutusaidia siku za baadaye. Unajua nyumbani tunasema wale ambao wako na huruma ni watoto wasichana. Kwa hivyo tuhakikishe hawa watoto wasichana pia wanapata elimu kama wavulana wenzao.
Wasichana wetu wote wamesaidika kuenda shule. Hakuna wale wanabaki nyumbani. Zamani wasichana wengine wanaolewa kwa sababu wakifikisha darasa la 8 hata wakipita hawana uwezo wa kupelekwa shule ya pili. Lakini tangu mheshimiwa amekuja sasa watoto wote wanasoma.
Kwa kusema kweli, hii basari ndio imefanya watoto wakae shule kutoka tarehe ya kwanza kufunguliwa shule mpaka shule kufungwa, na kutoka tamu ya kwanza mpaka hadi tamu ya 3.
Away from that, Kenya's fresh produce and horticulture sector has received a major boost following the launch of a specialized training academy in Thika, Kiambu County, an initiative that seeks to improve the quality of exports to meet the international standards. The academy will provide practical training to farmers, aggregators and exporters in areas such as seed use, disease detection and plant protection. Fresh Produce Consortium Chief Executive Officer Okisegre Ojapat says the program is designed to equip value chain players with the technical skills needed to scale up exports. Sentiments echoed by Avocado Aggregators Association Chairman Wanjohi Mukiria.
That is, we've realized over time that the country is geared towards, we all long to improve and increase our exports. Unfortunately, it is a deterrent to us if we do not have quality seedlings, if we do not have quality knowledge, and we realize that we don't have many institutions that are really giving tailor-made solutions.
The problem of avocado, or rather the fruits that we normally do in Kenya, if the quality from the word go starts from the ground, it becomes compromised. Definitely wherever the fruit is going to go, when it is exported, still hurts everywhere. Because if the fruit is good from the word go, from wherever you are getting the fruit, it means the fruit will reach the destination, having the good quality.
The academy is one move in order to, on the one side, provide the knowledge, the capacity building to the sector, to make the BSO FPC really sustainable and strong.
And it is the desire of every parent and community to see children access quality education and pursue their dreams. But sometimes life's hardship and challenges stand on the way. Our reporter Robert Gakure brings the story of a 15-year-old grade 8 boy from Makuyu who, despite living alone in a rented single room and facing overwhelming challenges while pursuing his studies, has risen to shine on the Federation of East African Schools sporting activities.
At 6 in the morning, while most of his peers are still waking up, 15-year-old Zakaria Kamande is already on the move, chasing a dream that seems far beyond his reach. A grade 8 pupil at Ndera Primary and Junior School, Zakaria lives alone in a small rented room 2 kilometers from his school. His house is modest, a single room with a bed tucked in one corner, doubling as both sleeping and study area, and beside him, an empty stove and sufurias tell the story of days without meals. The water he fetches from the nearby borehole is salty, yet his spirit remains unshaken.
Napoamka, mimi naenda kuoga. Sasa unajua nikiamka kiamsha kinywa huwezi pata, kwa venye unapata hizo changamoto ni mingi. Sasa inabidi tu niamkie maji, nioge vizuri, nikuje shuleni. Kama ambao niliamkia maji, sasa nikuja shuleni some.
Since grade 4, Zakaria has lived alone due to family challenges, but his determination has carried him beyond survival. Recently, he returned from the East African School Sports Championships in Kakamega with 2 medals, first position in Kenya and third in East Africa in shot put and discus.
Huyu mwanafunzi huwa na changamoto mingi kwa sababu familia yake ni familia ambao iko kiwango cha chini sana cha maisha. Kwa hivyo kama akiona mfadhili.
On the field, he commands attention. With power and precision, Zakaria hurls the shot put with remarkable strength, while in discus, his technique is near perfect, a skill sharpened through hours of daily training.
Nikikuja shule na warm up, na tufanya warm up kidogo. Sasa kama niko free, nakuja tena rudi kwa uwanja.
Kama mwanafunzi akona kipaji, ashikiliwe kutoka nyumbani.
At his school, his achievements were celebrated with songs and dances. Teachers who pay his rent and meals continuing to stand by him, ensuring he focuses on both studies and co-curriculum activities.
Mara nyingi tunaenda naye uwanjani. Kwa hivyo wakati anaweza kuwa anapoteza, maybe akifanya mambo ambayo hayafai, yeye anakuwa kwa uwanja.
Ni mwanafunzi ambaye tunaona nyota yake inaweza enda mbali, ni mwanafunzi tunaweza hata ona internationally.
Robert Gakure, TV47, Murang'a.
Thank you very much, Robert. And away from that, Machakos County Governor Wavinya Ndeti has called on women to remain strong and resilient as they face the challenges of life, assuring them of her government support and empowerment initiative. Speaking at the annual St. Monica Celebration Mass for the Catholic Women Association held at Katoloni Popol Seminary, Governor Wavinya described women as the backbone of families, urging them to hold their households together with courage and determination. Further, Wavinya revealed that her administration is in the final stages of establishing a county empowerment fund, which is currently before the county assembly and will soon be operational to benefit women and other vulnerable groups.
As you have seen today, we are celebrating St. Monica, who is our saint, who is a woman who went through so much in her life, but because she stood with Christ, at the end of the day, she won. And it's just a day of telling women to be strong, no matter what they are going through in life. Bishop ametuhimiza sana tuingie katika group za kina mama, na kama gavana wa Machakos ningependa kuambia sasa tulikuwa tunangojea county assembly pitishe sheria ya kupatia kina mama pesa. Imebaki tu public participation, wapitishe. Kina mama watakuwa na chakula mezani na pesa mfukoni. Hiyo empowerment program inakuja kina mama ni kuwapatia zile vitu kama ni kuku, kama ni mbuzi. Mumeona nikipatia kina mama kuku, mbuzi na hizo vitu.
And Mount Longonot in Naivasha played host to hundreds of schools and organizations from the Nairobi in a fund drive initiated by the Kenya Society for the Blind to help needy students. There has been a clarion call to the national government to fully fund students with the impairment amid a myriad of CBC challenges that unifies the examinations devoid of visual constraints. The day's activities saw over 2,000 participants partake in the event, where over 3 million shillings was realized. Individuals, schools and corporations are the major participants of the event, aiming to make a difference in the lives of visually impaired persons and promote inclusivity.
And today we are here to support the Kenya Society for the Blind as they scale up Mount Longonot, part of the initiative for disability inclusion. So we are here to support them. This is our second edition. Last year we were here for the same course, and we are continuing, hoping to scale the height.
We are here as CBM to support the Kenya Society for the Blind We work with them very closely as partners in assuring inclusive provision into the areas that they are working in, providing visually impaired children with the support that is really needed for them so that they can have the same kind of opportunities that are available to the others in the society. Therefore, we are so happy to join them today, this morning, for the climb, and we look forward to a wonderful time together with them, and that they will be able to raise the resources that they need for the work that they do.
Moving on, stakeholders from the coastal region, especially Kwale County, are insisting on systematic change to achieve lasting solutions to the waste crisis along the coastal beaches. Speaking at Msambweni, Kwale County during a beach cleanup exercise, environmentalists have called on the government to amend the beach dumping policy so as to include glass bottles as marine hazardous. Additionally, tourists have been requested to dump waste at designated areas while enjoying the beautiful beaches.
Kauli mbinu ya hii mwaka ni uchafuzi wa mazingira inayotokana na mavazi, fashion industries. Sababu saa zingine mavazi yetu tunaitupa ovyo ovyo na inakuja kuchafua bahari. Hivi si kusema maguo ndio zinachafua zaidi, plastic ni tisho kubwa zaidi, lakini pia nguo zinashagia kiasi kikubwa kuleta uchafu katika bahari.
Kwa hivyo si nzuri sana kuangusha hizi chupa kwenye ufuko wa bahari. Ni vizuri mtu akinywa maji, hiyo chupa anahifadhi mahali anaenda nayo. Na hii chupa pia ni pesa.
Haya mazoea ambayo tuko nayo ya kutumia chupa za plastic kama kutumia mifuko ya plastic yanaelekea sisi kutupatia madhara makuu katika afya zetu na pia kudhuru wanyama ambao katika kwenye bahari.
Tuko na designated places mahali tunatupa takataka yetu. After ikija kuna mahali tunapeleka, tunachoma, we have a pit mahali tuna dispose of, and then hizo plastic zingine zenye haziwezi decompose kuna mahali tuna zichoma, like tumejenga mahali tunaweza zichoma.
And hundreds of volunteers drawn from Malindi joined the world in marking International Coastal Ocean Cleanup Day, a global campaign to protect the oceans and beaches from pollution. Starting the cleanup from Sabaki River Estuary to Mayugu Fish Landing Site, volunteers drawn from schools, hoteliers, fishermen conservation groups, among others, teamed up to clean trash along the coastline. Led by Malindi Deputy County Commissioner David Musava, the volunteers collected waste and took it to the Malindi Marine National Park for segregation. The Kenya Wildlife Service says the waste levels have reduced this year, calling upon locals and tourists to dump waste at designated places.
As Royal Tulia, we are here doing construction of luxury apartments in Malindi as developers, and we're very happy to see this event taking place here in Malindi, because cleanup is important to us. It's going to be important to the tourists who are going to be coming to reside in our apartments, and therefore this effort is very, very important for us. We also are happy to be a part of it and to contribute in whatever ways that we need to.
Compared to last year, we see that there is great improvement due to awareness which was created and even the different stakeholders participating in cleanup activities. Today we are seeing that the beach is not that dirty. People have become responsible in disposal of waste. So we thank you, the different stakeholders, for participating and also ensuring that they are responsible in terms of waste disposal.
Kunafanywa kitu inaitwa clean up ambayo imeanza kule Sabaki River mpaka Jacaranda.
And away from the coast, stakeholders in the real estate sector are urging the government to partner with the private sector to make home ownership more accessible for Kenyans. Speaking at the 9th Annual Real Estate Digital Awards in Nairobi, they said collaboration will help address challenges facing the middle class and boost the industry's growth. The awards brought together developers, construction firms, agents, mortgage providers, and service companies, recognizing their outstanding contributions to the sector.
The government to help the people in real estate to digitize the process, to make it simpler for everyone, since it is a tedious process at the moment.
As manufacturers, as the government is also coming in to help in
pushing the agenda of affordable housing. Our light gauge still is 100% an eco solution. Apart from that, this year we have launched our gypsum studs and channels that helps our customers to save trees.
Through this award, you are able to get to know where you are in the market, and you're also able to know how to benchmark your services.
We have come up with a 360 degrees solution from acquisition of land to approvals, to building, and all the way to handover.
And as the government continues to fight with its fight against sexual gender-based violence, female genital mutilation and early pregnancy, the Meru Press Club has taken an initiative and organized the run to sensitize the public on those critical issues. Speaking during the event in Meru University, the Meru Press Club chairman David Mushui has applauded journalists from Meru for their initiative to tackle SGBV, FGM and teen pregnancies. According to Mushui, Meru County ranks 4th in the country on SGBV cases. The Meru County Chief Officer for Gender, Elias Murega, said that the Meru County government is committed to reducing SGBV, FGM and teen pregnancies, noting that all stakeholders will be involved to create a safer and inclusive environment for all.
Meru has high cases of cancer. Meru is also leading in terms of its contribution to the GDP. In terms of agriculture and all other areas. So as journalists, we are coming together to bring stakeholders together to discuss how can we solve the challenges that we face as a community.
Hii story tunaongea si ati kombali, those who are abusing our kids tuko nao within ourselves. So wataneni na hii story. Sawa?
Sisi kama administration, we are really trying to ensure that justice gets to be served for every victim of GBV.
Ensuring that we are creating awareness as you are doing here, ensuring that you are talking to the communities so that vile tumeambiwa, the witnesses can actually come to court.
We are calling on the judiciary to fast track these cases so that justice is served, so that the pain of the victims are also eased.
Away from that, the Kenya National Highways Authority has reaffirmed its commitment to ensuring that the Mombasa-Kilifi Highway is complete by December next year. KENHA's Acting Director General, Engineer Luka Kimeli, says works between kilometers 0 and 4 had been delayed due to encroachment and compensation of affected persons. He says the project will now flow seamlessly after the government released required funds that will allow the contractor to resume full operations. The Bamburi Junction to Mtwapa section is set to open for traffic by October 2025, with motorists urged to strictly adhere to road safety measures and desist from vandalism of road signs, which continue to cost taxpayers billions of shillings.
December next year, the work should be complete. What is remaining, these are the Lot 1 section between Nyali and Mtwapa. Basically, the works between kilometer 0 and kilometer 4 because of the encroachments which are there and the delay in paying of the project affected persons. But so far, the government has released the money and those PAPs are now being paid. We hope that the contractor will move back to complete some 2 bridges which are still outstanding. Out of the 6, we have completed 4. So there are still some 2 more which are supposed to be completed probably by May next year. There's a lot of problems with the overspeeding, particularly on newly completed roads. So we are at the risk of losing more lives if people don't comply with road safety measures.
And the government has launched a 310.8 million Kenyan shillings irrigation project in Ugoti, Marega, Igembe South in Meru County that is aimed at boosting food security and improving farmers' livelihoods. Speaking during the launch, Water, Sanitation and Irrigation Cabinet Secretary Eric Muga and Irrigation Principal Secretary Ephantus Kimotho said the project will cover 800 acres and will benefit 800 households directly and 4,000 indirectly. Additionally, the project will provide reliable water supply, an increase in crop yields, and create jobs in the area. The project will draw water from River Ura and is expected to be complete by July 2027.
Whereby ukiangalia mandhari yaliyo nyuma yetu ni mandhari kavu, kumaanisha kwamba haya maeneo hajakuwa na maji ya kutosha ya kunywa na ya kulima tangu tupate uhuru 1963. Tuzungumze, tutafute namna ya kuhakikisha kwamba ule mradi ambao umekaa zaidi ya miaka 6-7, wakazi wa pale Meru Town wapate sewerage yao, wawe na hewa safi, wafanye biashara katika mandhari ambayo yanapendeza, na tuhakikisha kwamba value for money from that project is guaranteed.
This is a project that will cost 310 million Kenya shillings. The project has a coverage of 800 acres. In terms of beneficiaries, it will benefit 800 people because every person is getting an acre, but indirect beneficiary.
Na tutaweza kushirikiana ndio hii mradi iweze kukamilika na iweze kufikia watu.
And in the world of sports, motorsport stakeholders have expressed optimism about Formula One Grand Prix returning to Africa for the first time since 1993. Stakeholders have revealed an advanced discussion to ensure the championship returns to Africa, with South Africa and Rwanda on the forefront of winning the hosting rights, adding that it will open more opportunities for the region as well as nurture talents.
Formula One franchise is a global franchise, and I don't think you can talk about global franchise without having Africa in the picture. So as partners who are partnering with Formula One globally, we are here in the continent, we are growing in the continent, and I think the idea of Formula One coming to Africa is one that's only a matter of time. And as partners who are here with our brands, we are going to be able to give the right insights to the franchise, Formula One franchise, on what can be done in Africa.
And RB Leipzig registered a 3-1 victory over FC Köln in the German Bundesliga match day 4 fixture played at the Red Bull.
Our world is changing every day, and so should we, for the better. Each week, we tackle the big why, the question that should be on everyone's mind. Why isn't this fixed yet? Deforestation, global warming, and the adverse effects of climate change. The future isn't just something that we inherit, it's something that we create. Join us on The Green Fix as we tell the stories of those who refuse to give up. When it comes to fixing the planet, there is no time to waste. Join me, Sheilar, on Thursdays.
Stars emerged champions of the Kentest FKF Kwale Beach Soccer Tournament in the finals played at Congo Beach. The Diani Stars emerged after stunning Barbados 4-2 in the men's category, while Monambeyu Girls conquered the women's category by beating Okunde Queens 4-2. Speaking during the finals, Football Kenya Federation President Hussein Mohamed stated that FKF will mobilize the private investors to promote the local football in the country, further noting that the next edition of the beach soccer football will be bigger and better as it will involve other counties of the coast region.
We want to bring all of what we're doing back to this community, and look, this is just fun. You know, you see the kids playing, you see the coaches, you see the intensity, you see the rivalry, you see some questionable calls in the game, and you get intense, you get some energy, and that's what this is about. Sports bring people together, and I think when we see what FKF is doing and the work that President Hussein has done since he's got in, we are 100% behind this.
Next year, we are going to have very, very, very competitive football at the grassroots. And we will start that initiative later on this year. I want to challenge all the coastal counties to put together formidable teams to compete with the rest of the country. We will have beach football next year on a level that has never been witnessed before.
Imekuwa ni furaha. Tumeona vijana vile wameonyesha talent zao, na as leaders of this county, we are very happy, we are very glad.
All right, that concludes News Now at 1 with I, Sheilar Chelangat. More of those stories in our subsequent bulletins at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Do enjoy the rest of your viewership. Good afternoon.